Welcome to Albion TV's live coverage of the EU invasion. Join us for season-long coverage featuring all the Invasion Day content you could possibly ask for, and even more, because this is the Energy Surge season, and this is our first reset. I am here with Tazzik and Bogul, and we are on a 15-minute delay as we watch Momola of Xarch get ready to take on PoE. We will have a number of shows today, so hang out here with us all day. Tazzik, are you ready for some excitement?
Yeah, generally the EU resets are very eventful because often a lot of the NA players can also play. And I mean, right now we're already seeing there's a big fight here, right? Lots of people in these blobs about to engage on a castle, even though it is Invasion Day. But this is normally where you would see content. And we are on a 50-minute delay, so when you guys are listening to this, it's 50 minutes in the future. This fight might have ended, and if you know of any fights that are happening at the present time, you can either DM Tazzik Host in game, you can type a message in the Twitch chat, or you can message Shozen the one. What's the name?
The Shozen one. It's the Shozen one. Yeah.
Yep, and we will be, advertising all of that throughout the show. Just make sure if you know of content, you can send it our way so that we can show it live here on the delay, just so we don't give anything away, any tactics or anything.
Yeah, it does help that we're on a little bit of a 15-minute delay. We don't have to worry about giving anybody's position away. But currently we are watching Momola and Xarch try to take this castle from PoE as it is Castle Day.
Yeah, it is. It is at the same time as the invasion starting up. I think we both started laughing at the same thing. But here in Longfen Marsh, we did see before we went live that Momola and his team got a few people dead, actually. They dropped about around 15, 20 players. So they're waiting now. They were pushing pretty far in earlier. Looks like their bomb squad is going up to the doors, trying to hammer them away. They have a few people going in. I'm not sure what the game plan is, though, if we want to see the POV from inside, because there's tons of people inside that castle.
Yeah, we have a lot. I got Fish Tech inside.
Fish tank? What is that?
Fish Tech.
Oh.
Fish Tech.
Yeah, let me know that name, how to spell.
Oh, man, yeah.
It's in there in chat already. I put it over in Discord.
I see it. Yeah, right. Then we can watch both POVs and maybe jump around in the background, because I know there's tons of other people out and about.
And yeah, I'm going to keep an eye for more content.
Fish Tech is on the other side of the castle than Momola, and there's an entire other group of Xarch over here also trying to break down through the doors and push up. There's tons of people all coalesced around this one castle, and I mean we have 12 minutes until things are about to go live, so we'll see when they start pushing in. Looks like here on the right side, Xarch finally breaking through. They want to maybe push up and rejoin together, throw some damage out. And these juggernauts are doing work, I think, for the defenders of the castles. We've been seeing a lot of use, even in the normal war reports, right? With the juggernauts during ZVZs.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of the juggernauts out there lately. They are the new cool mount. I really do enjoy them, especially when there's a number of them out there together. A lot of the battle mounts don't seem to really work great when you stack a bunch of them. Oh, great move, actually, by Xarch. Bombing over the wall there. I don't know if you caught that. I was on Fish Tech.
Hazel's had a really great call there. He's actually using Sage at his advantage. He pushed up in the corner and then just started spamming X's. So he's giving everyone a visual cue. Just throw damage at this line. Put your damage right here. And they did really well with it. They didn't get any kills with that pressure, allowing the right side now to ease off a little bit. These PoEA guys having to heal up. And now they can push through these doors potentially. But Artimida over here on the Juggernaut, he's a one-man army, right? He can hold that very well. And you saw in the return, like PoEA, they didn't just give up that pressure. They bombed right back with their DPS squad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Over here, I wish I knew the health of these doors. They are still hammering away, trying to gain access. But PoEA is kind of letting them on that left side. They're not really trying to stop them here. And a lot of the Xarch is gathering on the left.
I will try to get some health bars on these doors, see what we got. If I go ahead and stalk one of these guys, I can find out what he's hitting on.
Oh, and over here, the Xarch guys, their raid leaders are having to call out stop looting because they were on the bodies, and now they're getting bombed by PoEA over the castle door. Already 3 dead here, and probably more. This is a great engagement by PoEA. The front line needs to try to start peeling out, though, because Xarch, they got off the bodies, and now they might be taking some tanks with them. One tank for POA already falls. I don't think any DPS fell on that corner, but a lot of X Arch
Door is
did go
about to
down
go
there.
down right now, Tazzik. It's at 2%. And there it
Yeah, so
goes.
the
The
left door is
western
already
door
gone.
has gone down. Yeah, very quick. Race cars driven by Seed going in here.
The interesting thing is going to be if that east side at the same time also got pushed in, and it did. So these guys have all their forces in, ready to start pushing up right now at the same time. They're going to be bombing lots of damage, and Fishtech knows that the play here is going to be to not let them get set up. He's trying to make some pressure and disorganize them over here by the eastern gate. But look at the back line of POA. They're all so tightly set up, just waiting for something. I'm not sure if that's how they want to play this hold. Is they're about to get overrun. They have nowhere to go. They need to start throwing some damage back. They're going to start going over the sides to maybe get some advantage in positioning, but the hammer is already swinging. They got to start bombing damage sometime.
Yeah, they need to take advantage of these guys standing over here in the corner and throw some damage on them, not just let them whack on the doors freely, which is what we're seeing. PoE is not attacking the hammer guys at all.
My
There's no
gosh.
damage on them.
Yeah, and look at what
they
just
just
happens.
got blown up in the middle, though. Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
something like
dirty.
7 people in the middle. They tried to drop tons of DPS onto X-Arch, and they did. They got a big clump going, but they're outnumbered, to be honest, on that DPS versus DPS engagement, and they just dropped 7 people in that middle side. And the whole time that's happening, they're letting these guys hammer in the sides. They're just going to get ran through, and eventually they're just going to get sandwiched between 2 people. X-Arch still having some trouble with combat looting, apparently, though, as people keep spamming stop looting and fight. So we're going to have to see what goes in. It's another big clump on this right side.
Don't they know they can't even do it? They're not going to be able to keep any of the loot.
Look at the
they're gonna be
clump from
dead.
POEA. They just killed another, like, 10 people.
That's 15 people dead there. That's just a pile of corpses, Tazzik. That is not the way. We've been discussing, and there goes in X-Arch in through the eastern doors. Now it is absolutely over here. The western doors are about to fall as well. Nobody's going to make it out of here. Grimside is done. Login Horizon is done.
Look at Fishtech. Fishtech, he's going outside. He just cartwheeled through everyone. He's trying to run and live.
Yeah.
He maybe
Good luck,
snatched some
Fishtech.
loot. Yeah, honestly, I think he might get out because the rest of POEA is just going to wipe the floor with all the the rest of X-Arch is going to wipe POEA off the castle. They've already killed most of them over here. And that is a clean win for X-Arch right there.
Absolutely. Well done, X-Arch. I
Hazels
believe
and
that's
the
my
boys.
current alliance right now. I haven't been playing much with them recently, but I am in Nemesis with these guys.
And now is the time to loot. You know, now they're out here actually
Now
looting,
is when you
right?
loot. This is the
when
time
you
you've
loot.
won. Once you win, you can loot. Remember that, guys. Once you win the battle, you can loot. You just have to make sure you do it before the
But
loot
hear
rats.
me out for a second, right? And in the chat, hear me out too, right? Because what if X-Arch was hard baiting? Every time they spam stop looting, that's when PUA engaged. What if it was a bait and they weren't looting and they were actually trying to bait the engagement to then counter engage it? Because they won every time. Maybe that's some next gen stuff, I would say. Probably not, though. Probably a lot of combat looters who wanted to make a quick buck. Good stuff coming in from X-Arch. Let's see if we have any other groups out and about for any content.
Do you
during
see the
this EU
size of the
invasion.
dominant forces here? This is like 2 full screens with a 53 disarray. That's
Dominant.
big. Yeah. These
Oh,
guys are
wow.
just moving about in timber top Escar, but it
Yeah,
looked
Surf
huge.
has tons of people. Oh my gosh. They have a full-size blob on their own over here in Timbertop Escarp.
Shozen, are you finding anything or?
I'm actually hopping around right now and doing a little back-end work right now to make sure that we have everything set for later today. But right now, I'm not finding any other fights. Let me see what's going on with Oh, nope,
Looks like I just got some info in game. Kennaboss has content, and he does as well. There's a cluster queue active. The enemies have just zoned in. All the overcharges being popped. Looks like the 16x13 alliance about to have some action. I'm not sure who showed up, but I did see some red bars. It looks like it's PoE on that western side.
He's
Fighting over here in-
overcharged with a 40% disarray. That's quite big as well. For the
Yeah,
16
40%.
X13 alliance, that's a new one, Chosen. Have you seen that one before?
No.
What?
Looks like some
16 is
chickens, Phoenix, Outrage. I mean, we've
right.
seen these guilds before.
Guilds
Is this a new
before, yeah.
alliance, though?
Is that the Phoenix from Blackwater? Against rogue natives here.
And they're spamming. You're about to get wiped by 1613. So maybe this is a new alliance, new powerhouse CVZ. I said it was PoE, and it is, but there's some envy as well in this clump on that northern side, the northwestern. Over here, 1613 is engaging onto PoE. They got a big damage squad off, but now they're getting counter-engaged on the eastern side, a little bit off screen. A lot of their members going down to 1 bar, some dying, but they're holding here on that western choke pretty well. PoE trying to push through. They haven't just yet. Is PoE allied with Envy? Is that what's happening in that northern side, or is this a 1v1v1?
Not quite sure yet. Not quite sure yet.
I'm not sure.
I think
It
Envy
looks-
is friendly with the Blackwater guys still, right?
Yeah,
So if-
Envy
and if these
is
guys are
part of
friendly,
the
then-
Black Order, and they are not friendly with PoE 2, though.
It looks like maybe Envy and 1613 are playing together, as I haven't seen Envy do anything to 1613, even though they were in a good position to. PoE's tanks, though, just getting slid through by 1613's Bloodletter. Instantly 3 men going down. And even if you can get 1 to 3 kills all the time like that, it's really good to just keep whittling down their numbers with your damage. Another clump from a beautiful Camlin Mace on the left side into another Camlin as well. The DPS not there to follow up, but there is a lot of time being saved right now, and that's all you really want. The cluster queue going to get updated right now as well. Maybe some more enemies zoning in.
Mm-hmm. It's generally what we're going to see is quite a bit of that.
I do have on the other POV here, Hi-Ho or Hi-Ho from CIR, and these guys are trying to push through the middle. Oh god, that looks squishy, man.
Oh, we do have more action over here on Nico Meister as he's chasing ADHD right through the gate. We don't need to go over for it right now because he's chased them through into the next zone. He's going to be following them through the zones. It's going to be interesting to see how many zones they chase them for.
Look at that eastern side over here. PoE tried to push both sides at once, go around that middle structure, and they get wiped on the right side. So many deaths coming in. The chicken squad actually just looting. There's so much loot on the ground. They're picking up all of it there as they wiped off a good 7 players on this eastern side. I wonder what happened on the west as they did try to split, but Envy probably held that western side. PoE having to fight a 2-sided war right now. I'm not sure if it's going to go too well for them, as Envy and 1613 are in really good positions here to just hold these chokes and not let PoE push up. Over on the western side, here comes the engagement right now from PoE. Envy and that northern side trying to hold it down, but they're afraid of maybe hitting 1613. They're diving in now for a little bit of a counter engage, and they should be able to find lots of kills on that front line there by that cap. There's already going to be 4 people falling for PoE. 1613 again getting pushed from the back, though. Look at the eastern side. There's so many PoE coming in from the flank. They wipe 1613 away.
Oh, no.
That northern side, almost everyone in this party has just died. 1613 now having to run through up the north. Envy still on the western side up the choke is going to get run down by PoE as well. And now PoE just took that structure. They have that middle hold now easily off that one push. They finally did what they wanted to and got that sandwich off. And 1613, they have a lot left, but not a lot. Not as
that
much
was
as
a
they did.
brutal engagement. That was really well done by PoE there. I was thinking this was going to go in favor of this group we've never seen before, but the numbers are so heavily in favor right now of PoE. And as we see, 16x3 is heading out over the top. And
oh, man,
Envy just got wrecked. Oh, wow, dude. The Oathbreakers are broke, dude. That is rough.
That was an insane engagement by CIR. I'm going to swap over to their PoE as the victors. That was a great fight. What a cool fight.
All right, we're seeing some people starting to get ready to take some territories already. Getting there into position right here before the timer clicks. Looks like Surf is already going to take their very first territory over in Timbertop Escarp.
Yeah, it looks like they had about a good 800 people over there. I would hope they got that one.
Yeah, they're going to get this one. It's pretty much in their favor right now.
Over here, we just have the PoE squads just running down the stragglers. They definitely win Glacier Fall Fissure here off of the back of that. Honestly, 2 different alliances, both of them in great spots.
Head over to
Getting taken
Yilk.
out.
Send is currently attacking ADHD over in Driftwood Glen. We've got another bit of action.
These guys, oh, they're actually fighting in the forest. They're not even fighting over by the zones. Looks like they engaged on each other here on some weird chokes, but look at that bridge, Shozen. It's so small, and there's another one down there to the south side. If anyone pushes that, they're going to get bombed. They need to be very careful. It's kind of a patience game at this point, but the Juggernauts are going to make so much space for their team. Each of these guys has what looks like two, one here and one on the southern side. It's a big DPS bomb coming in from the ADHD squad, and look at the deaths from those melees on the left there. But here comes the return, and it's always the return that gets you killed. ADHD, though, with a great disengage on that choke. They're going to be fine for now, and that's a lot of utility wasted here by this Sen squad. Might be not looking good on this engagement.
I don't know. I think they're going to be okay. Who is this over the top? The Wolfpack Crocs Defengris 6 with M3R? There's a mixed bag of rats over there.
That might just be some random players who's.
I think it's just rats. I think it's just coming over here to get some loot. They were like, "You smell it?"
Oh, massive engagement onto ADHD. The Brimstones, two of them just dropped. 4 DPS down, instantly killed, and now they're going for the front line. ADHD returning so much damage to the Sen front line. The shields are there for now, though. All the utility being used to keep them alive was a positive engagement for Sen, and the Camlins are still coming in. But here comes the continued push from ADHD on the choke. Sen having to just push back, leave their Juggernauts here to duel it out. But this Juggernaut here from ADHD, he's pushing. Look at the space he's created now. The Galatine blinking, doing massive damage. That Galatine pair just killed 4 people, and now Sen are pushing off the back of those Galatine drops. They're killing even more ADHD here on this northern choke. And the south side, remember, this whole time has had fighting. I keep looking down there. There's also fighting down there.
Constant fights, yeah.
Send isn't even winning on that choke as well. So Send holding very well here. The weird thing is, why are they pushing this choke? They could surely disengage and move around to a better spot. But if you were ADHD, that is. And Send looks like they want to push. They have tons of kills on the board. They just want to go. Looks like ADHD calling for damage every time you see somebody, at least on my side, because I have the Say chat open, just spamming like X's. That kind of generally means just throw the damage here, and that's what's happening for now. Sen pushing in with a great clump onto some range players in the back as well as healers. No one really dying on that left side, but now Sen is free to push through that choke without really dying, as their front line is tanking all the damage right now. They're running them down. Yilk, though, he's very afraid. Some of the Sen kept pushing in. They found 2 kills, 3 kills, and Sen just pushing back. These
Galatine done by these guys here.
Yeah, these Galatine Blinks are doing lots of damage, man. It's cool to see them back at doing like work. They're not 100-0ing people, but they are doing tons of damage. Very low on the side of ADHD. They're looking for some Camlin clumps. Their Brimstone is going to connect onto that Camlin, but no one falls from the Sen side. These guys are just chilling here. They have the utility to keep holding this, and ADHD, they think they can maybe do something. Otherwise, they would have disengaged. So they think there is a plan here, and they find something here. They are pushing in. They push the Juggernaut back, actually. From some of the people from Sen on the south side have now pushed through the north, and they're running ADHD down through it, just picking off frontliners left and right. Looks like Yilk, he's playing very aggressively here, just sitting on this front line. They could easily rotate back through the choke. In fact, they really need to here as they lose 2 members of their front line. Yilk coming back, getting the utility, though. And they're just bombing the damage constantly on that south side as well, just hitting the range versus range. Yilk looking for another engage. The Camlin into a Pierce coming in, and multiple Pierces hitting the front line here. This is tons of damage. The Mammoth is going to be used to help sustain them for now. But look at the backline Galatine pairs again, just half HPing the entire backside of ADHD. And Sen still being held on the back of that choke. If they maybe pushed through, they would have been bombed, though. So it's not really an easy call, right? If you push through that and you clump up, you could easily lose your entire force. So pushing through and getting some kills is always rough. But look at the left side here. ADHD is kind of flanking.
Yeah, they look like they're trying to get some hits over the back of the top here. But all those rats are in the way, Tazzik. What are they doing there? Oh, actually coming over the top from the north. That's not going to be enough from Judicate there. Judicate's going to find themselves in a lot of trouble if they move in with that very small force and are scouted first. They will get clapped.
I do like this plan from ADHD, though. They've been sending people all the way around, just splitting some of the Send off, and then they're maybe looking to push the choke with Send not allowing it. They find a big clump. They find the Permafrost Prisms as well. Onto the Brims. Looks like a few kills coming in for them. And they just keep going in, getting a few and leaving. And you're going to always win if you don't get returned. But here's the return. No kills, though, for ADHD at all. The shields just doing work for now on this front line. Meanwhile, ADHD's front line has been skimmed. They do not have as many as they had before. You can look over here. It's mostly composed of just range now. And Sen knows it. Look at them. They're running through the Night Helmets, through this choke. They don't want to get CC'd. So much damage coming in. The bombs on the ADHD. It's a good 12 of them dead on that right side. Yield not giving us the best point of view, but they're going in strong. They could actually even wipe them here and take that Juggernaut if they want. That thing is only 1 bar left. It's a big Gallatin clap as well on the right side coming in. A Bloodletter Execute's going to take a few more out. And it looks like they're ignoring the Juggernaut for now, just continuing to wipe ADHD. I think that is generally the best play. But again, they're really worried about this top side, because look at this. How many people from Rage Control, ADHD, and 6 are over there on the top left?
Quite a few. Quite a few. And again, I'm going to say that it really does. It looks like rats because they don't have a singular group there. It's so many different people from so many different groups. Unless they're all grouped together. Oh, did you just see that, Tazzik? I think that's the end of ADHD.
Yeah, I think ADHD has
Somebody
been
just
taken
took
out.
some Ritalin because it's over.
They have been completely decimated here by Sen. There's only a few stragglers left, and they're just walking it out. They surely won't be able to survive. They don't have the mounts or the squad to help them live here. Sen is going to be running them over.
The command mammoth left as well through the zone exit. They secured their mammoth, but they, at least ADHD has to regroup now.
Yeah, 1 mammoth secured. I wonder what happened to the Juggernaut in this northern side. I haven't seen it in a while. It only had 1 bar left. I wouldn't be surprised if they were able to dismount and kill him. But I'm not sure on that. It would be cool to see.
See all these glowing bodies now.
Yeah, there's so many, man. Look at how many people died on this engagement. Sen just pulling off a clean sweep on ADHD. They lost a lot of members, but I mean, they look at how they played that, right? They just threw all the Night Helmets and ran them down when they knew they had enough numbers to just outnumber them, right? And until they knew that, they just peeled them away, kept killing 3 to 4 here and there, running it back, maybe trading 1 guy every now and then. I'm not sure on the numbers of this engagement, however, though. Maybe for leaderboards up there, we can maybe look at who had more or what was kind of going on there.
I'm still trying to hop around. Go ahead.
Other places in the world, people are doing the Guardian, the Elite Vengeful Guardian Lords. They're getting the territories. Because that's the special thing about today, is it, Shozen?
Yes, today is about the PvE, Bogul, not just the PvP. You got the Elite Vengeful Guardian Lords there. If you can take those down, you can then channel on top of the territory and gain that territory for yourselves. Because on Invasion Day, all territories are dropped, and they are up for grabs at 2 times. 1 early today, right now, 18 UTC, and again, later tonight at 1 UTC, all these territories will go live 50-50 in these 2 time slots.
Remember, too, this is not any normal season. This is the Energy Surge season, so it's much shorter than normal. We'll have another invasion coming up pretty soon, I believe, right?
Yeah, in
and
2 weeks.
There's just constant action. 2 weeks from now, there's going to be another invasion, so...
Get ready, guys. Get ready.
Over here on what looks like Dun, Uprising King, and these guys over here, they're taking Float Shoal Blight, or Bite over here. So they've secured that. Just hopping around looking for any more action. We had a ton. It was back-to-back content.
Well, we will see more, as this is kind of how it goes. You will have these lulls for a little period of time, and then boom, you get like 7 fights at once.
Yeah, the worst is when you have so many people fighting at once, and then you don't know who's going to be the best to show, and you can't show everything. Oftentimes it does happen. Looks like Float Troll Fissure. Remember, this is where I believe the PoE guys had wiped somebody. Or no, maybe not. But in any case, we have Dun over here fighting the Elite Guardian Lord. So they are going to be trying to take this. There is another Zerg in the map, but I believe it's also Dun. Let me check that out.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to actually open up one of my tools here to tell me where everything is going on, see if we can't find some extra fights. With the change in the Energy Surge season, Tazzik, we've seen all the old alliances that we knew and loved kind of change. They're all different now. The only one that stays the same is PoE, really, and Arch, I guess. Surf grew exponentially between the seasons,
Lots
so
of people.
they are not even the same guys as they were before. It's been interesting for this season so far, and we're seeing new teams at the top. Actually, I'm going to look at the rankings. Doom is back on top, Bogul. Doom passed the Lonely Men last night. And be careful of the Hog Riders, also doing really well out of nowhere. I didn't expect that. I kind of expected to see, honestly, Title move up, and Doom too. Okay, this is very interesting. So it's another situation where these, we got two groups from the Hog Riders, two groups from Incline or Valhalla. So it's going to be quite a fight down the stretch here.
I just went on Gluttony SDS here to check how much they have. They have a 62 disarray debuff, and it's so many people and so many things on screen that it's slowing me down, Shozen. Like, I'm having... I mean, I have OBS open, right? I have a stream open. I have 2 clients open. But that's a lot of people in one zone. It's...
Over here in Timber Slope Bridge, Stomp, Africa Now leading these lads. I believe it's Africa Now leading them after the sort of breakup from Broke Boys, taking Timber Slope Bridge. Looks like lots of people are just taking Lords right now. Not a lot of fighting going on from what I can see.
Do you know anything about that breakup there, Tazzik?
Do I personally have any knowledge of it?
Yeah.
I mean, I know some stuff about it, yeah.
Yeah?
Maybe not
Anything
as
you
much
can
as you
share?
might know. I mean, I think from what I know, it's mostly what was told, right? It was mostly what was said
Just
to
on that
people,
post?
you know?
Okay.
Just
We
some
do have more
IRL.
action. I hate to interrupt you, Tazzik. I just
Yeah,
hopped
go
over to
ahead.
Mon JP, and we do have action over here, and it's going to wrap up real quick, as Reject Party, as you know, is very powerful, and they are stomping on Stomp over here.
Oh, yeah, this is Flow Troll Fisher. Okay, so this is where Dunn over here, Mon JP, they were actually taking the Lord. I'm not sure if they managed to take it before this fight, but it looks like they have pushed away from the territory. It looks like it's still available, so they did not kill the Lord. And Stomp is getting stomped right now. Here's Dunn is running them down. Look at them go with those speed and night helmets. They are running these stragglers down. It looks like technically they might have already wiped a lot of Stomp, though. They're very split. Well, was there a fight here before we got here, Shozen, as you were saying?
Oh, just briefly. I mean, it was a very quick engagement by these guys from what I saw. I came over. There was quite a bit of Stomp, but they got stomped out. It was quick.
Yeah, they look very like spread and stragglerish, as if they had already fought and lost.
Yeah, that's
so
pretty
Dunn
much
is
what
just
happened.
running them down, yeah.
And I'm just hopping around trying to find more of the action because there's a lot of people out today. There's an impressive number. From all over the world. Oh, actually,
Yeah.
I found more Stomp. Stomp is not done yet, Tazzik. They have more
there's
players
actually a
have
big
just,
engagement.
Yeah.
Right here on MonGP, yeah, they found a squad of them and they grouped them up and just wiped them. They said, thank you for
again,
showing
they
up.
just
We're going to
clumped 'em
group
and
you
dumped
all.
'em.
Oh, my
boy.
gosh.
And now they are on their way out. They are running now. Slowly.
If they're going up top side,
Yeah.
they're going to go around maybe and just try to stop Stomp from leaving the zone. They're leaving some forces down there at the south side, though. And that engagement, right? I mean, you know these EVC guys. They know what they're doing. You group them up with the Camlins, whatever you got. You CC them with the permafrost, drop the brims on them, and it's already goodbye. It's very rough when you just not pay attention for just half a second, you know?
There
You
is some more
instantly go
action on
down.
Yilk. I'll put that on a second monitor.
I'll take a look.
While the one done guys
Yeah, while
crash into
Stomp.
these dudes again. Wow.
Yeah, they are just stomping through them, and every time they go around, they just group back up with their own DPS squads and just find these clumps to go in on. On the east side here, if you look off screen, they're actually wiping Stomp down the other choke here while they chase them towards the back end. Looks like MonGP rolling it through, trying to find some of these bloodletter stragglers. But on the right side, look, they're flanking Stomp's entire backline right now. They're just going around to them. They're having to send Stomp as their front line all the way back, change up their positioning here. But it's not enough, as some of those healers are all caught in that permafrost prison. That was like three healers who just went down, and now MonJP is about to run through Stomp here in that backline. You can see they were still having people from Dunn on that flank. A lot of them might have even died up north here from so Stomp trading some kills back, but on this backline chase, they're actually doing very well. Stomp finding a few more kills. Looks like they're getting a few kills on the board here, but again, look at this small choke, man. It's an instant catch here with the root. Stomp, they have good positioning here. They actually went up top so they can have some DPS squads going, but this entire line on the top right just already being taken out. And now Dunn can regroup a little bit. They did lose a fair amount of numbers there. Stomp was able to find some kills. So we'll see what happens.
Well, down here we have Send versus 6, and Send is sending 6 home as far as I can tell. It's been a very one-sided fight so far. Actually, as I say that, PoE VF and
Version
Sadage
F?
have showed up.
But the French
So-
squad of PoE.
Yeah,
was-
that's actually, it looks like it's making quite a bit of room for 6 and M3R to get a secondary push in. The first 3 engagements were all in favor of Value and Send, but now 6 is making some really nice plays here and getting some good wraps. And because Send was so spread out dealing with the people from behind, they're going to have some difficulties here with the numbers of 6.
The Sand guys are 2 groups usually, right? It's Rang and it's the Value guys. And the
Yes.
Value guys usually play a little bit more bomb squaddy, but the other POV in this sort of tight-knit alliance that we saw form at the beginning of the season is to be considered one big group here. And I'll watch Nico Meister and Yoke here from the POV. Let me know if you want to watch somebody else.
I was going to say, you also have Bertle Q here, who's probably shot calling right now.
Sand almost looked like they were going to lose a few of their frontliners there. And actually, look at that. 6 coming in on this right side with a good amount of people. They're going to go for the bomb onto the front line of Yilk. They already find 2. The 3rd comes in as well. Send losing a few members there, but they get a massive clump. Look at that 10-man. They don't drop anyone. The Brimstones came a little too late. The DPS was not on sync with the CC. They could have just wiped a good 10 people out. Send going to drop another few members there on the northern side off screen. And now 6 actually looking like they're pretty solid in this fight so far. Yilk very spread out from his team. Maybe looking to go for a catch as the rest of Send regroup.
Mon JP has action once again over there on top of the Rising King, or Uprising King, 1 done. They're now fighting Blame,
When
which
did
is,
Blame
I
get
believe,
here?
the Echo of Silence new alliance. Like, I think they've changed their alliance name recently.
All right. I mean, Flow Troll Fissure is just an action house. This is the
This has
3rd or
been
4th
just
time
brutal,
we've come
yeah.
here. And I mean, it's different alliances almost every time we get here. It looks like Blame going in now on that left side. I do like this, how they're splitting up a little bit.
Oh,
Their
Yilk is
range
going
are
down over
on
here. The
west.
numbers really did take over, didn't they? I was kind of popping around, and now I head back to Yilk, and it's game for Yilk.
I went
On
to Nico
Mon
Meister
JP,
and
though.
Mon JP.
Are you good?
Yeah, Mon
Mon
JP,
JP
are
just
still in the fight.
wiping.
Yeah.
If he just wiped a few of the front line here from the Blame alliance, and now they're pushing it back. It looks like Blame had a good idea. They tried to like send some people around, but Done over here just wiping, not wiping, but they got a few kills off the board, and now they're backing up, trying to regroup. Blame losing a lot more on the right side. Actually, it looks like some of the alliance members from Done just taking out a lot of the Blame players off screen. That's definitely going to cull a little bit of the herd. Meanwhile, Dunn is just finding these stragglers away from the main squad, taking them out. Thinning the herd, as some would say.
I think we're going to see another fight over here in Thirstwater Gully between PoE VZ, another PoE group, and
UEVZ.
Hogs.
Are those the
Hogs.
Venezuelans? Who? What is this naming convention they have?
I don't know. They have more PoEs than I know what to do with.
You have a name for me?
All right, well, yeah, once we
Stay
get a name,
King.
we'll hop over there. Over here on MonJP, though, they are right now going through the main squad of the Blame Alliance. Actually, Blame in a different alliance, Nope RU, just getting wiped over here. Nope RU squad going down. I don't know who these guys are, but they came out of nowhere. Russ Solar getting a good
There's
8 men
another
down.
group up there in that fight.
Yep.
That's a 4-way fight then.
Yep, Nope RU.
This is
Nope RU
awesome.
just had a lot go down, however, though. Dunn finding a great catch onto them. Looks like they're just going for more stragglers, as every so often you'll see one person die. Nope, are you though regrouping on the north? Maybe some Galatine class about to come in. I am seeing a lot of Trinity Spears on the side of Dunn. It looks like they're going in for a massive clump again on that north side. They are going to find the CC to maybe drop the Brimstones. One goes down, but actually everyone lived. Some Soldier Helmets and Cleric Robes used by Nope RU. Nope RU trying to find a big clump of their own on that western side. Look at the Permafrost Prism. Dunn losing a few members, but they're going to try to take out the ones in front of them and just regroup here on this choke. Nope RU hard running for their lives right now away. They might be losing some mounts here as well, as that guy is about to be dismounted, as Dunn is just running them through. On the south side, we do have Blame yet again. Blame was the ones who stopped Dunn from actually just wiping the floor with these guys. They're trying to catch Blame out now as they're going in. Yeah, this is like a 3-4-way fight here in Float Troll Fisher. On the north, you have even more friends from Dawn coming in. I guess they finished wiping off the other guys from Nope Are You. And it looks like Blame is on their last few legs. We can maybe swap over to the other fight now.
All right. It's a little bit of a mush right now as they're trying to gain position. A little bit of the Diddy dancing down here in Thirstwater Gully. These guys have found themselves into one of these static overworld castles. I guess I don't even know what to call these here. It's like a little
nice
village.
Structure.
Yeah, it's a village of kind.
Village. It looks like Staking getting some nice roots over there on the corner. That is a very small staircase choke to push up if you were PoEVZ. However, it looks like they might not be going for it. I'm seeing some PoE back around the backside. A good force though walking up now. It looks like Hogs are pretty spread out. The Juggernaut going to make some space, rushing them down. I'm interested to see up here what's happening. The Hogs on the north, and there it is. They're getting choked, just clumped in, sandwiched, and now they're losing so many people on that north side. They're having to force their way through the right to regroup. But they're still, there's a circle in the middle, so they're going to get taken out from the top and bottom now. So they need to try to either find a one-way choke or just push them back a little bit. As PoEVZ, they've made so much space. Their entire force is now in the backside of that middle structure. And Hogs are looking for a little bit of damage on that top side. They are finding some damage clumps here as they're returning a little bit on the bottom. PoEVZ not pushing yet, but it looks like now they have the numbers. Here they come as Hogs choosing to just walk it out. Yep, they don't want to get sandwiched. They're going on this choke, but they could easily get caught here if the Night Helmets run out. These are some small chokes they're running through to get up this castle, but this is a great spot to be in. As look here on this top left, they can bomb damage from up here.
It's a good position to be in to whack over the walls there.
Yeah, and look at that damage coming in. So much range damage from these bows, just destroying that back line. Looks like that fight with MonJP is also still going on as they're chasing down more people who are in the zone. It looks like there's even another group over there on MonJP. Regroup to take him out.
Just hopping around more and more players here as we do see so many people trying to take territories right now. Arch going for yet another territory today. They've been very active in the territory taking today. Actually pretty active in the PvP as well.
What
Well
a
done to
mess here on
X-Arch.
Stay King.
Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah,
just,
Staking-
it's just a mess.
They found their way to a pretty cool spot, but then they gave up the chokes to get up here, and so now they're just stuck. PoEVZ just keep rotating around, finding the ways to catch Hogs off guard. Hogs off the same playbook right now. They go in their front line, but their back line is nowhere in a good spot to start throwing damage out. When they finally get up here, they've barely killed 2, but they've wasted so much that I'm really afraid of this return coming in from PoEVZ. Oh, but actually, Hogs are choosing to actually push hard here. This is the play they should do. Take the space back that they just gave up. And PoEVZ running it down through that topside choke here. Stay King, he's a little bit afraid of maybe pushing. He doesn't know whether to go south side or top side here, but Hogs running PoE down up that choke. PoEVZ losing lots of members there, but they are returning a few kills of their own.
Yeah, Hogs are doing some impressive work holding these guys into this very difficult position. So many ways to bomb over the wall by PoEVZ. This is just, I'm not going to be able to figure all these out.
Yeah, PoE, they're actually not aligning themselves to drop on this choke. Hogs are just running them through. They're actually going all the way around down to get off and back into that middle area. And PoEVZ, they're just running right now. Looks like they might want to regroup to go for a catch over on this western side, back by that middle circle. They didn't lose enough members to actually drop and not fight back. So it's interesting that they're choosing to just rotate all the way around. Again, it's just a waiting game here as they catch a few stragglers off. PoEVZ looks like they have regrouped. Oh, and now they've traded spaces. They actually took the spot that Hogs were in earlier, but they're doing a little bit better job of holding. Maybe they're dropping a little bit of damage, more so than Hogs was earlier. And they have some people positioned on the south side as well to go for that sandwich again. It's a big CC coming in here as they're engaging a little bit of a bomb squad, but the return damage from Hogs is so much. They take out a few of that ranged squad from PoEV too. You be very careful when you go for that damage as the return is easily.
We're
able
about to have
kill.
more action over here on Echo of Silence, the Blame Alliance versus One Done over in Float Shoal Bite.
Dude, Float Shoal having all the content. What the
Like
heck?
just going
It's
off
always
today.
Float Shoal, man.
Yeah.
Hogs after getting
stay
a few
here.
kills.
Stay on Stay King for now. I mean, I'm waiting for these guys to get done with the Diddy dancing. And as I say that, Ollie and the boys just ride right in. Completely carefree. I don't know if that
Over
was the
here.
play. That was a little scary.
The Hogs over here have still just chilled out. They're rotating away. PoEVZ getting a few kills after losing some DPS. And now they're taking that middle space back. I'm not sure if they want to actually full send this. This looks like a very hard area to take up. But they're going for it. The Camlin comes in on the front line. I'm waiting to see a bomb squad hit the ranged over there on the north, though. A lot of damage coming in onto Hogs' team. They're able to just chill out for now. They didn't even use a lot of utility. So they're easily going to be able to hit this western choke or the eastern choke, whichever one pushes up first. They take out a good 5 on the east, and now they're looking west as PUVZ is coming up the western stairs here. But again, their squad is already rotated, and the damage is being dropped now. Brimstone's coming in, the Pierces from the Curse Staffs as well. The Camlin connects onto a major clump of frontline and healers, and that is a good, solid 10-man squad just getting taken out by PoEVZ. Or well, by Hogs taking out the 10 squad of PoEVZ. On both chokes, they're winning the fights here. Again, this is a very weird place to take by PoE. I'm not sure if this is the area they wanted to push Hogs into. I really like this position for them. But PoE on the west side, southwest, they're actually walking in up the stairs as well. They have a great idea of how to attack this, but they're losing every engagement. No kills just yet for them. Just maybe 1 or 2 here as they're about to get run through. Healers and tanks again being clumped up into a Brimstone. I'm not sure how that keeps happening. Your healers generally should be that up close. That's another healer gone for PoE, and they're having to rotate back down to the stairs. As it looks like a big chunk of the Hog squad is running them down. They maybe left a few to hold the other side, but...
Angelique is fighting against Nope right now. One Done versus Nope over in Float Shoal, and this is a massive battle here. I can't tell you who's winning. A lot of members on both sides.
It's a lot of people dying over there. Meanwhile, over here, it seems like Hogs is winning for the moment.
It's a 3-way, as Blame is here as well with Ollie and Echo of Silence. So this is Reject Party, Echo of Silence, and Nope, which is a number of different groups right now.
You know, as I said, that Hogs looked like they were winning for the moment because they were pushing through. A big chunk of PoE went back through. They ran the same route that Hogs took, and they take out a solid 10 to 20-man group from the Hogs guys. Even my POV just got taken out. So Slayaheda and the lads, they have to regroup here on this bridge choke. And you can see from the numbers, they do not have as many as they did before. This PoE was a great turnaround. Again, they're playing the long game. They keep losing people, but they rotate around. They keep finding these ways to go through. Hogs looking like he wants to take this rat out. Random dude over here on the Swift Claw. Not going to happen, though.
Not this time.
Looks like actually
interesting guy just running around on a unicorn over here next to Angelique. I don't know what that's about. Okay.
Is that fight
not
with
a battle
Mon
mount.
JP still going on?
Yeah, he's in the
Mon JP
middle-
still
middle
does
of the
have a
action.
fight. Yep, I'm hopping here.
Yeah.
Middle of the fight as they find a big clump on a Nope here. Look at the damage from the Permafrost Prisms. Not even a Brimstone used. Just the CC takes out so many members of Nope on the eastern side. Meanwhile, on the south, though, they trade a few people from Dun. Seeing a lot of bodies here on the south. Most of them look like damage dealers as well. Not
I would
frontline
actually,
players.
if you're in Float Shoal, I would head over to Angelique. He's definitely
Gotcha.
farther forward. He's only at half health right now, and he's losing it quickly. Down to 2 bars, fallen back, but he's been up in the front line calling this fight so far.
It looks like he's doing well because it seems as if they're winning. I've watched this Dun squad. Just remember, this is the same guy we saw kill in Float Shoal Fissure, I'm pretty sure, because we saw Mon JP's got like 3 other alliances over there. They're doing pretty well.
Oh yeah, the Uprising King. Working with Reject Party here.
Does look like there's a lull in the action as Nope, after trading some kills, I think they were down in the trade though. Just regrouping here on the south side, some damage thrown in. I like the heals being placed early there as well to just preemptively keep your DPS squad alive. It looks like they were able to stay very healthy as they didn't get any kills, but they were able to find a lot of pressure onto this side of Nope RU.
Okay, I've got another bit of action.
I will say, I think it's really interesting how a lot of these guys often, when invasions first started to be a thing, you'd have like a group of 5 or whatever it was at the time, whatever the meta was, to kill the Lord while your CVCs were fighting. And now it seems like most people are just fighting until the death and then going for the Lords.
There is a small scale engagement here on Artemida of Log and Horizon against Arch. I'll show that in the background.
Is that
Artemida
over in
still
Far
on
Shore Heath?
Juggernaut? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm headed over. I'm on Seed now, who's on his way over to the center of the fight.
Let's
On
show
the
that.
yeah,
eastern side, a lot of PoE, man, what is this naming convention? A lot of PoE being killed on that eastern side by, I can't tell who the fighting is. Oh, Arch.
It's Arch.
Yeah.
It's Arch and Arch, or X-Arch. And so they've got to be careful, as there's so many Arch here that X-Arch, with its large group of pretty much bangers here, is having a hard time trying to get into a location where they can attack PoE without running into Arch. Arch is a little bit more scattered, and it's not clear. Yeah, everywhere that Seed goes, all he can find is Arch. He just can't get in. This is...
It seems like they're circled by Arch everywhere. Yeah, every one of these chokes just have Arch above them. And they're trying to find the one exit that they can go to, but it's all Arch everywhere they
Like,
look.
they just need to push through Arch is what they need to do, is just go, sorry, guys, we're coming through you. And there might be some friendly fire. It's going to be by us. It better not be by you.
This PoE squad is very, like, separated. There's a whole other group than the main PoV we're looking at on that bottom left. But meanwhile, back there on the engagement with, I believe it was Doom, I mean, they're still fighting that choke. They're still holding in the territory. These are some long and concurrent engagements. Always like to see that picture-in-picture mode coming in very clutch by Bogul, getting all the content as we can show on stream. Artemida, he is finding himself on a big flank of X-Arch. The north side being pushed in, though, is PoEA finding a few kills. It looks like they're getting out-traded for now, though, but Artemida on the back line might be able to turn this one around. Early Night Helm use, so no CC from Artemida is going to be used at all, actually, as PoEA on the east side sent a good chunk of ranged and healers to drop bodies, but again, it's just trades. Doesn't even look like you can call one for either team right now. PoE still running through the south side, finding stragglers, so maybe they were advantageous in this fight here, as X-Arch moving around. They're now on the north side, coming in from where PoE just arrived in from, and this could be really bad for PoEA because they're not really stacked up yet. So a lot of these guys might just go down before the engagement even starts from an even trade. It's very split up. You just have X-Arch running through them. There's so many everywhere. There's a whole squad on the south as well coming in. PoE, they don't know where to stand.
I also have more action over here in Thirster Gully, as we do have the Hogs versus PoE. There's something with a Z in it.
And man, Seed is over here. He I don't know who is calling for that XR squad, but they have so many people in so many different parts of this fight. Yeah, I'm sure it's chaos. How are you controlling all that? They're not even on the same choke. They're not even on the same... They're 4 screens away from each other, just fighting PoE at the same time.
Well, they're about to get hit from the backside here. Great group flanking around the backside by PoE. Good engagement. Some of it was sucked up. The return, though, was brutal by X-Arch, and they have made some good plays against Grimside. Grimside showing up in mass today. Like seeing it. Haven't seen them as much as we had in the past, so good to see a returning guild.
X-Arch over there, yeah, they lose like 4 or 5 people, but they traded a solid 10 plus off of the side of PoE, and they really came out advantageous on that engagement. I'm getting spammed, actually. We have like 4 fights happening at the same time, and we're having a little bit of trouble keeping up with all the fights. We still have that same territory fight up on the main screen right now. That are on the bottom left, you can still see the X-Arch and PoE side of it. Looks like PoE going for a bit of damage onto Arch, who might be trying to come down the choke. Looks like they've already moved around the top side, getting a few kills onto PoE. Meanwhile, up top, they're going for a big engagement here. They're running through the territory. Looks like they're pushing them out a little bit more into the open. A lot of people mounted up on the enemy side. PoE trying to regroup there on the north. On the bottom left, yeah, I mean, there's so much happening here at the same time. So many fights. hard to keep up to show the content to everybody. But
in this one over in Float Show, we have Blame, we have One Done, we have Nope. It's there's so much over here.
PoE, Arch. We've seen so many guilds that we've never even seen before fighting it out. New alliances. We had that 6-13 fight, 16-13 fight. But it looks like Arch, they've moved away from that circular area where they just had running circles around PoE. Now they're pushing PoE out. There's not a big clump of PoE right now fighting back. So lots of stragglers are losing. They're calling for heals as their front line is getting torn through. Seed is running down. I'm not sure, again, who is actually calling for Arch. Do we know who that is?
Usually it's Seed.
Okay, so Seed, I was going to say, he looks like he's in the spot where he's like calling all the shots for this team. As every time I see him rotate somewhere, that's where Arch has been having the brunt of their force. But again, they're everywhere. They're going through the top side, the bottom side, left, right. I like this strategy here, especially because they're fighting on such an open and weird area that it's working for them as they find a big clump of PoE on this choke here. Trading a lot of kills actually being traded. Maybe on that north side, a few members of Arch getting taken out, but a lot of PoE deaths coming in here.
Really impressed over here on this other angle that we have with One Done and Reject Party. Angelique and the boys have really taken it to Blame, just completely pushed them out of the zone, and now I think they're making it a two-way fight, as I think there's still Nope here as well.
Yeah, the Dun just take that Blame side out. That was a very long territory fight, so they took him out.
And there's also PoE here. There's also PoE in this zone. PoE with the Z.
We got PoE A, Z, VZ, VA. What's going on, man?
And they're expanding, you know.
How many alliances do you need, guys?
As many as you have different rental groups. If you have to, you get each one to pay one guy so that you can spread it around a little bit, make it, you know, not as easy to track. Helps out quite a bit.
Over here, back on the PoE versus Arch fight of the decade, we've had another engagement by X-Arch. Seed again, every time he walks anywhere, that's where they're attacking from. It's really like clear to see that X-Arch is just running through. Seed must be a great caller from the way these fights have been going. Looks like
he's pretty good. I have to give him some credit. He's not so bad. Definitely hypes up the boys, I will say. Maybe after the show, we'll go ahead and play some of his music after the show.
Dude, I'm always a big fan of those callers and leaders who are always like hypey. It's really hard to do. It's very hard to be a hype and positive kind of guy, especially if you're losing. So big.
And they lose a lot. I will give you, I'll be honest. They're part of Arch.
Come on,
they've lost a lot. But of the Arch groups, I would say the X-Arch groups are where you find a lot of the bangers. You find a lot of guys who are a little bit more interested in the PvP, organized PvP. They put a lot of effort into it. They practice. And I think they're actually attacking accidentally some Arch there. Okay. Just a little bit of Arch dive there.
A little bit of
they were mixed in with the PoE. They were mixed in with Grimside. It happens. Look at this overwhelming wave, though, of X-Arch. Really good job here. Pounding down on top of, I was going to say Awful Company, because that was the name that I read.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. Sometimes it happens, man.
They're both like shooting back at each other right now. They're like, no, guy, come on. But like Arch is completely mixed in with PoE. I don't even know which PoE. AE?
PoE A, I think it is over here on the western side as well. I mean, this is a massive
PoE
fight.
EA, so you know that they're like everybody's favorite version of Poe.
Man, PoE
Voted worst Poe to work for 10 years in a row.
They have so many people, and remember, PoE has people in other zones too. So these fights are insane that we're seeing right now. And I do think that Arch is actually just cleaning up now. It looks like PoE A is kind of running for that territory exit from the way they've been kiting. Not sure what's happening. Meanwhile, over back on these other fights, looks like a lot of them finishing up for now. Might see more engagements. Lots of guilds just taking the Lords, however. Want to claim those territories. And again, in 2 weeks, they'll have to claim them again. So.
I do have a question, Shozen.
Yes, sir.
Do we have the 20v20 show after this?
Yes, we do. And then we have 5v5s later.
Okay, because that's at 19 UTC, correct?
Yes. Sorry,
Yep,
I'm
it
actually
is.
I'm getting a little information right now on what we have for fives today. They will be starting in a little under 2 hours as well. So in a little under an hour, we will have, and this is going to be messed up for you guys on the 15-minute delay. Um, but in about 45 minutes, we'll have the 20s, and then in an hour and 45 minutes, we'll have the fives. I think that's the way it works, right?
I mean, we're 15 minutes ahead,
something
right?
like
If
that.
it's at 19.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
point is,
But
I
then-
think we need to leave in 5.
Yeah,
What?
I
Wait,
think
what?
5 minutes from
Have
now,
we-
we
what?
gotta go, Chosen.
Are we
'Cause-
already? Is this what?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh my-
Chosen, right now it's 40. They'll be seeing this at 55. When they see this
Holy
in 5 minutes,
Jesus.
we got 20v20s, man.
We have had 0 breaks during this This has maybe been the most action-packed invasion day I have ever seen. I feel like we just started casting. This is insane. I love it. If this is the way the black zones are going to be going forward, now that the empires have broken up, now that the rental empires are in a little bit of disarray, this is amazing content right now. This is awesome. We've been watching the war report at 18 UTC for the last 2 weeks. It's been some of the most engaging war reports that we've ever had. Right now, the black zones are on fire. If you are a medium tier guild going, can I make it in the black zone?
Hey, check out Slay
Yes.
Hater real quick.
Yes, you
in
can.
the background.
Let's go.
Slay Hater has content. I mean, we need to start wrapping up. We
my God,
actually gotta go in 4 minutes. So, but in the background, you might as well show there's still fighting happening.
Is anybody
Over here we
going to be
have
there for
Hogs versus POE VZ.
20s? Nobody's going to be there for 20s, guys. They're all still fighting. This is the most wild I've ever seen in Invasion Day. This is fucking amazing. I'm gonna swear
So
on this one.
much
It's
content.
fucking amazing. This is beautiful. Thank you guys out there in the black zones for making so much amazing, fantastic content. And I'm even gonna throw it out to PoE and Arch. Really well done today by both you groups, just making tons of content. This has been awesome. And so many new groups for PoE. Like, there's so many different guilds that we've never seen out here for PoE showing up today, making content. Grimside, Ghost Kingdom, Grim Reaper. Awesome stuff. Thank you.
And we saw New Alliance too. Like we saw 16x13 fighting with Envy, taking PoE on, and they had a really great fight over there. That was impressive to watch, especially from a group that I have never seen before in 1613. So. Good Africa now out there fighting as well. This was a great invasion. Great content.
This is awesome. This is.
And I mean, it's going on. PoE's pushing them onto the bridge. We gotta go soon. PoE's about to run down this bridge. The Juggernaut. Look at this Juggernaut running them down. I love the Juggernauts, man. This is my favorite battle mount that has been put into the game. Such content. But we are gonna have to start wrapping it up here as when you're hearing this in exactly around 2 minutes, we have 20v20 starting. And so we need to be ready to show those. After the 20v20s, of course, we will have the 5s with Lupac. Those are always going to be content, so definitely stick around. Saturdays are packed because after the 5s as well, we're going to take a break of a few hours, then come in for the NA invasion, which if it's anything like this is going to be jam-packed with action. We'll have Robin for that one. Should be content.
Yeah, we'll have Robin for the NA, right? And you're coming for the 20s, right?
Yeah, I'll be here in exactly a minute from now for the 20s. So.
All the content has been wild. It's just been a kind of a crazy situation for us the last week as we try to get everything taken care of with this absolutely insane energy surge season.
And Hogs just
there's
wiped
another
it.
fight. There's just
Hogs
there's
just
another
wiped
fight.
8 PoE. There's just stuff going, but we gotta get out of
go.
here.
I don't want to. I want to stay. I mean, hold on. I'm gonna go check and see what we have.
We don't have
20s.
time to check anything.
Yeah, we don't have time. We don't. I can't.
Fortunately,
we just gotta go.
really don't have time.
We just have to go.
gotta head out of here.
I
If
am so
anything-
sorry, guys. I really wish we could stick around and show all these fights, but we have 20s to show in a minute.
Less than.
Okay.
So
In less than a minute from your angle. So don't go anywhere.
let's start the
Maybe
20s
refresh
up right
the
now.
stream.
Yeah,
we will be doing the 20s.
We're doing 20. See you in 10 seconds, guys.